Welcome back to CoinAgeEra, the home of rare coins and forgotten histories, where every coin speaks and every story takes you back in time. Today, we bring you one of the most emotional and powerful coins in the history of India, the India One Rupee 1947, a coin that didn't just pass through hands, it passed through history. It is not merely a coin, it's the last heartbeat of British India and the first whisper of a free nation. Let's step back in time to 1947, a year that changed everything. For almost 2 centuries, India had lived under British rule. The people had seen famine, revolution, injustice, and rebellion. Yet, in every heart, there was a burning dream, the dream of freedom. And in that same year, when tricolors began to rise across the land, and the British flag was lowered, for the final time, the 1 rupee coin of 1947 came into circulation. It was minted under the authority of King George VI, the last British monarch to appear on Indian coins. The obverse side shows the portrait of King George VI, calm, royal, and symbolic of an empire that was breathing its final breath. The reverse side bears the words, 1 rupee India 1947, surrounded by beautiful floral engravings inspired by India's rich heritage, lotus, rose, and other native motifs symbolizing purity, strength, and pride. This coin, made from nickel, weighs around 11.66 grams and has a diameter of 28 millimeters. But its real weight is not in grams, it's in memories. Imagine this. In one hand, a farmer clutches this coin as he sells his first harvest after hearing the news of independence. In another, a soldier returning home from war holds it as he walks through the streets of a free India. Somewhere, a mother drops it into her child's hand, the same hand that will grow up in an independent nation. This coin silently witnessed the transition of power, the partition of nations, and the birth of hope. It saw the tears of separation when borders were drawn, and the joy of unity when a nation stood tall for the first time. The India One Rupee 1947 is often called the coin of transition because it connects 2 eras, the British Raj and the Republic of India. In 1 year, this small round piece of metal became the symbol of an empire ending and a nation beginning. Today, collectors from around the world cherish it not just for its rarity, but for its soul. Holding this coin is like touching the very moment India became free. A reminder that even in the smallest things, great stories live on. Each scratch, each worn edge, tells a story of hands that worked hard, of dreams that survived, and of faith that never faded. This coin is a tribute to millions who never saw the light of freedom, but made it possible for others. It's a story of courage, sacrifice, and destiny, all captured in a single rupee. But beyond that, this coin carries the unheard voices of history, voices that still echo through time. It tells the story of countless men and women who fought, not for fame or power, but for a dream, the dream of a free homeland. Many of them never lived to see the flag rise, but their spirit breathed life into a nation that refused to bow down. When you look closely at this coin, you don't just see metal, you see the soul of an era. Every curve, every engraved flower, every faint scratch is like a page from a forgotten diary. It holds the fingerprints of farmers who worked under the burning sun, of mothers who waited for their sons to return from protests, and of children who would one day grow up in a free India. This coin has seen both pain and pride. It rolled through the chaos of partition, where millions crossed borders carrying nothing but memories. It heard the cries of those who lost their homes, and it felt the trembling hands of those who clutched it, praying for peace. Yet at the same time, it witnessed the rise of a nation, the joy, the colors, the pride of independence spreading like dawn across the sky. In 1947, as the sun rose over a new India, this coin quietly existed in pockets and palms, unaware that it would soon become a relic of history, a bridge between the chains of the past and the dreams of the future. It stood as a silent witness to the final chapter of British rule and the opening line of a new nation's story. Even today, when collectors hold this coin, they can almost feel the heartbeat of history. It's as if time pauses for a moment, taking us back to those crowded streets. The chants of Van Mataram, the tears, the laughter, the hope. And in that moment, you realize this coin isn't just old, it's immortal. Because this coin is more than currency, it's conscience. It reminds us of unity, of struggle, of what it means to rise from the ashes and rebuild with courage. It whispers that freedom isn't free, it was earned, paid for by the brave, and carried forward by the generations that followed. So if you ever find this coin, don't just see its value in rupees, see its value in emotion, in heritage, in pride. You're holding not just metal, but a piece of India's soul, a fragment of time that witnessed both sorrow and triumph. And that's why the India One Rupee 1947 will forever remain a treasure, a timeless reminder that even the smallest things can tell the greatest stories. Stay connected with CoinAgeEra, where coins are not just collected, they are remembered, relived, and reborn through the stories they carry. Because at CoinAgeEra, every coin is a voice from the past, waiting to be heard once more.